Host and Newsmax.com columnist Steve Malzberg, Adina Lekovic of the Muslim Public Affairs Council, and Michelle Bernard, president of the Independent Women's Forum. Great to have all of you with us. No doubt when you look at these numbers on the screen right now, church attendance at that church up 38%. Sex sells. Would you be comfortable with that message in your synagogue, in your mosque?
No. I mean, I would never join or go to a service because I see a bulletin board that gives me a sex website that's affiliated with the synagogue or the congregation. It's a gimmick. It's gimmickry. I don't know enough about what else he talks about or how much else he brings up, but to have, you know, the premise to be there is that, well, God wants you to have sex. God wants you to have a great sex life. I mean, come on. And that's not why people go to church, or that's not why people go to synagogue or a mosque. They go for spiritual reasons, and they know that they can.
The headline, I would think that a lot of people would think to themselves, mycrappysexlife.com, oh, I'm going to learn about performance. But if you dig through the pages, what he's really doing is preaching to the choir and telling people sex before marriage is not a good thing, and if you wait until you get married, this is wonderful. It's gimmickry. It's
You see it as bait and switch then?
I do.
I mean, it is to some degree, and if we look at this in the best possible light, it's that we're really trying to preserve the institution of marriage, and we certainly can't be against that. So looking at, you know, what we should be simultaneously talking about is how to decrease divorce rates, how to increase communication in marriages, how to deal with everything else in addition to sex that will improve the quality of marital life for all people, so that it's not as simple as just improve your sex life and the divorce rates are going to go down and all the problems are going to be fixed.
So let's look at what else you can find on this preacher's website, where he says sex wasn't invented in a dark alley behind a porn shop. We believe that it's parts of God's design. In fact, this may shock you, but God wants you to have great sex. Are you offended by that?
I'm not offended, but there's something very unseemly.
If you believe in our democracy, if you believe in the First Amendment, if you believe in freedom of religious expression, which is what we are preaching all over the Middle East, you would be against this ban. I mean, I agree with you to the extent that if there's a legitimate national security interest, then go ahead and ban it. But students don't lose their First Amendment rights in the United States when they get to the school door because somebody feels uncomfortable with the person sitting beside them.
Didn't 9/11 change
please.
this perspective?
It has, and we are now engaged in some very dangerous